What is social psychology, and what do social psychologists study?
Let's begin by defining social psychology. It is the scientific study of individuals in social situations. This subdiscipline seeks to explain how individuals think, feel, and behave in various social contexts, with family, with friends, with colleagues, at home, at work, at school. For example, why do some people help others in need, while other people just stand by and observe? Or what are some of the best ways to motivate a poor performing employee in the workplace? These examples focus on the individual person's experience of a social situation. Note the use of the word scientific in the definition of social psychology. To conduct their research and draw their conclusions, social psychologists rely on the scientific method and the evidence it produces. They create theories about how the world works. They test those theories using systematic observation, description, measurement, and analysis processes that try to minimize human bias and error. Then they report their results and conclusions to the scientific community, which provides other researchers the opportunity to either confirm or refute their work. What they avoid is relying on personal opinions, intuition, or personal experience. We will learn more about the research methods and techniques they use later in the course. Social psychology makes some assumptions, one of which is that individuals' thoughts, feelings, and actions can be influenced, at least in part, by other people. It also assumes that non-social factors can play a role. For example, in some situations, non-social factors influence social behaviors, such as when our mood impacts our behavior around our friends. In other situations, social factors influence non-social behaviors, such as when our friends manage to change our values or our attitudes about some topic. Because social psychology covers social and non-social factors, it's not always easy to determine whether a particular study is relevant to only social psychology, or it could be relevant to sociology, clinical psychology, cognitive psychology, or whether it could be considered interdisciplinary work. Now let's take a closer look at what social psychologists study. They investigate individuals' thinking, individuals' influence on other people, and on individuals' interactions and relationships. The first category, social thinking, includes topics related to how we think about the people around us. The thoughts and judgments we make about one another are of interest to social psychologists. The second category is social influence, and includes how we impact, influence, change the people around us. This is where the study of power, persuasion, group dynamics, even leadership comes into play. You may try to persuade your family to adopt your idea about what to eat for dinner, or you may try to motivate a colleague who shows up late nearly every day. The strategy you decide to use will involve some kind of social influence. And the more power you have within the group, the more likely you will be able to change the other people in the group. The third category is social relations. It includes the interactions between two or more people, as well as the relationships between friends, partners, colleagues, teammates, and so on. Here, social psychologists try to understand why people affiliate with one another, why they are attracted to one another, and not just in an intimate way, but also in terms of friendship and mentorship, why people help one another, why people are aggressive toward one another. They also study the nature of and the effects of stereotypes, prejudice, and discrimination on interactions and relationships. You will learn more about the social psychology of each of these topics at some point in this course. And I'm confident you will find it to be not only interesting, but also highly relevant to your life and career. Table 1.1 from the textbook provides many examples of questions that social psychologists try to answer. How do people in East Asia differ from North Americans in the way they explain people's behavior? Why do people often perform worse in groups than they would have performed alone? How similar or different are the sexes in what they look for in an intimate relationship? Why do people sometimes confess to crimes they did not commit? This table highlights the notion that social psychologists study a wide range of topics. You may also notice that they study topics that are applicable and relevant to many different areas of our lives. For this reason, I think you'll really enjoy learning about social psychology in this course.